Let me show you the magic of pink noise. Hi, I'm Roche and welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is about white noise versus pink noise, and most of the other videos out there on YouTube are about white noise being used to help babies sleep. What makes this video different is I'm going to show you how to use white noise, or pink noise rather, because that's the one that we used, how to use pink noise to calm a frantic crying baby. So this video is going to be extremely useful for new moms, new parents with newborns, because in the first 2 weeks to 4 weeks, you will be troubleshooting about what's wrong with the baby and why is baby crying. And there are times when you just need baby to calm down in order for you to figure out what's really wrong, right? As long as you've sorted feeding and changing the dirty diapers, everything else is all about feeling your way around, all right? And this really helped us. How did we discover pink noise? Okay, it was my husband who discovered it with his eldest daughter, Maya, by accident actually. So she was crying frantically, and somehow by accident he turned on the vacuum cleaner and that worked its magic. She stopped crying. And they kept testing it out a couple of times every time she went frantic, and it worked. And ever since then, we've used it. He has used it on the second one, and we've now used it on our third one. What is white noise? White noise is a shushing sound that, in this case, replicates the sound of the womb. So baby is very familiar with this kind of a shushing sound. It serves a dual purpose actually. We think that when babies come into this world, they need silence to sleep and all that stuff, but that's actually not true. Babies don't like dead silence. They feel like they've been put in a very strange environment, because that's not what it was like inside, right? So they need this white noise to help give them this constant reminder that there's always noise around me. But at the same time, if they're left in an environment where there's too much of noise, too much of talking, or the TV is going on around, or music is playing, then it could be overstimulating for a baby, because these are things that they're not used to hearing. So as much as the white noise is there to remind baby of the womb, it's also there to dull out the ambient noises that baby might be hearing and getting overstimulated by. Okay, how to use white noise, right? There's two ways to use white noise. One is to leave it running constantly in the background at a very low level so that baby can sleep for longer periods of time. And this is what you will see online. There are a lot of videos about this. Most of the Westerners are using it this way. They buy sound machines that have a maximum level of 50 or maybe 60 dB, which is not a very loud shushing sound at all, and they leave it at the side of the cot, and baby can sleep like that all night long, okay? Of course, waking up every 2 to 3 intervals to feed. But my video, I want to show you how we used it to snap baby out of the crying frenzy, right? So babies cry at between 80 to 90 decibels. That's far off from the sound machines that only produce white noise at 50 to 60 decibels. So in order for you to snap him or her out of that crying frenzy, you need to match his sound levels. So you need to increase this white noise up to 80 or 90 decibels. It will shock him. It will make him forget that he was bothered by his own cry, and it will immediately make him calm down, exactly like the videos you watched of my baby in the beginning of this video. Okay, this high level of white noise at 80-90 dB, you're not meant to use this for a very long period of time. In fact, it's just a short period, just about as long as anywhere from 15 seconds to 20 seconds, maybe up to 30 seconds, but nothing really longer than that. Your objective is to snap baby out of his crying frenzy, wait for him to calm down, and as soon as he has calmed down, lower the sound levels back down to the recommended sound levels. So at that point, you don't want to do 50 to 60 because obviously baby is not going to cry, sleep immediately. You want to bring it down to somewhere around 70, which is still okay for the hearing for several hours at a time. Here's another thing. You don't need a sound machine to be able to generate white or pink noise, okay? Sound machines could be a little pricey to buy out here. So I would recommend that if you have a television or a phone or even a simple speaker system or speaker set, or just a small, we used our small little JBL speakers, and that should do the trick. So I would recommend you download the app that we used. We used Function Generator app, which generates a variety of different kinds of sounds, and they categorize them by color. So you have white, pink, brown, blue, and other types. We didn't like the white noise on there because it was too sharp. We always use the pink noise, and sometimes on my phone when we were out and about and baby needed a little bit of calming, I would use brown noise. When you explore the app, you will realize why we used these particular colors. So when you're using speakers, put the speakers about a meter away from where baby is lying, okay? That's about 3 to 4 feet, because that's the best distance for baby to hear the exact level that you've set the sound at. The further away you put the speaker, the softer it'll sound to baby, so you'll have to crank it up on the speaker. So now that I'm getting technical, I'll show you what are the devices that we use to monitor loudness, because I'm sure that's one thing you're wondering, like how on earth am I going to figure out, if I'm using a pair of speakers, how am I going to figure out whether it's 50 decibels or 90 decibels, right? Okay, so we used this device, which is called an SPL meter, sound power level, sound pressure level meter, okay? It's about 100 plus. Again, if you don't want to spend money on this, that's also okay. If you happen to have an Apple Watch, you can use an Apple Watch. There's an app on it called Noise. As soon as you turn on the noise meter, it immediately will measure any sound that's, even if you're speaking, it'll pick up your decibels. If your baby is crying, it'll pick up how loud that is. It'll pick up any ambient noise. So it's fantastic. Ever since we got our watches, we stopped using this one and we started using this. But for those of you who are really particular and you're really worried about the sound levels, then this is a good investment. It's 100 plus. You can get it online. You turn it on and put it like close to baby's ears, facing towards the speaker, and it'll pick up the sound. Let me turn it on right now. So right now, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, so right now, that's how loud I'm speaking. I'm speaking anywhere between 60 to 80 decibels. That's what this is picking up. Yeah, so you see, even my speech can go up to 80 decibels. Imagine a baby's cry. If I keep using the word white noise, it's simply because white noise is what's more easily available out there, and it's what's been used all this time. But it is my personal recommendation that you try out pink noise instead. It is less irritating for your ears, which would mean it would be less irritating for baby's ears. It is just it is better suited to human hearing. Okay, so just to clarify when to use white noise, pink noise, all right? So there's two times that you can use it. One is to snap baby out of a crying frenzy, use it at very high volumes like 80 to 90 decibels. And another time is when baby is going to bed or while baby is sleeping, you can have white noise or pink noise playing in the background at lower levels, 50 to 60 dBs. The second one, where baby is sleeping, you can keep on for longer periods of time, anywhere from 2 to 6 hours, no problem. And the first one, where you're raising it to 80 to 90 dBs, don't go more than 30 seconds. Wait for baby to snap out of the crying frenzy and immediately lower the level to around the 70 dB mark. Here's an example of white noise. Here's an example of pink noise. In conclusion, I highly recommend using pink noise over white noise. I recommend you using it as often as you need to. I recommend you using it for both the purposes that I spoke about, to snap baby out of his crying frenzy and also to help baby sleep longer. My child is now 13 and a half months and I'm still using it till today. We don't need to use it to snap him out of crying anymore, but we do use it to help him sleep throughout the night, even till today. So nothing is wrong. There's no damage to his ears. Don't worry about any of that stuff. All this is proven. Go online, do a little bit more research, but trust me, you will find it a lifesaver. All right, all the best. See you later.